Hello everybody, coming to you live from the Hershey RV Show here in Hershey, Pennsylvania, the America's largest RV show, TM. Just doing a quick impromptu live here, wandering around the show. I certainly haven't seen everything yet, but if you've got some questions that you want me to answer in my video covering the show, let me know in the comments for this video. I'd be happy to try to find those things out. I'm only here today and tomorrow. Today is Wednesday, tomorrow Thursday. I fly back home Thursday night. So I'm only here for a little bit longer, and the show runs through the weekend. Of course, if you're in the area, come stop by and see it. If you do come stop by and see it, you can come see what I'm about to walk up to here in a second, the 2026 model year of the Sabre 37 RV miles, our floor plan collaboration we did with Sabre RVs by Forest River. And it is coming right up here on me. I'm in the RV Value Mart section. They're the dealership that has the Sabre units at this show. And hey, let's take a quick walk into the 2026 37 RV miles. Not too different, it's just got the main updates that Sabre has done on all of their units, plus a few things that we recommended that they do. But here it is. I'll share some more about it later, but check it out if you're in the area. Of course, we've got that lovely side patio on it, which is a common thing that we're seeing here at the show. There's several more units with these side patios on them around the show, and rear patios and stuff. The side patio that we have on our unit was exclusive to Sabre and Keystone for a year. So that year is almost up, and other brands have the ability to use it now. So we're seeing it on more units. So my overall feeling of the show right now, yesterday we had I'm gonna pop the comments up here so I can see them. If anybody does happen to comment. Hold on, let me figure out how to do that, because I have the skills.
All right, thank you guys.
Live chat, there we go. I don't need to learn more. How's the weather? The weather's great. It was supposed to be rainy today. It is not raining today. It's about 75 degrees, so not too bad. So it's pretty decent. It's supposed to be 80 tomorrow. I think low 80s through the weekend. Beautiful clear skies, and it's just kind of gorgeous out. So, all right, I saw a couple chats popped up, and then I lost them. So I'm gonna stand in the shade here and figure out how, because I'm not one of these people that wanders around and does live streams like this. There we go. Isn't a unit this size getting at the limit of a single, my back, I hope I didn't go away. Size doesn't necessarily mean weight. It's not a particularly heavy unit for its size. There's not a ridiculous amount of cabinetry in it, for instance. So you still have a lot of cargo carrying capacity, and it just isn't super heavy payload. So it's not terrible for a single rear wheel heavy duty pickup truck. But obviously you can buy a single, I have a hard time saying single rear wheel. You can buy single rear wheel trucks that are definitely below the payload capacity that you would need for that unit, especially a 250, 2500. But our 350 long bed has plenty of payload for it. Do I really have to keep hitting live chat? Have I seen any of the Tiffin Adventure units? No, I'm going to be heading over there soon to check those out. Hopefully I'll get an idea of what's new, and I know they have this new sort of mini Newmar as well that I'm interested in seeing. How do I make the chat not keep disappearing on me? I don't know. Thank you. I hope you're going to report on the RV products in the Giant Center and outside. Absolutely will. I'm probably going to separate that out into 2 different videos. So I'll have one on sort of new RVs I've seen, and one on products. I have to say, in terms of new RVs, there's a lot of, this is a new one. We're about to walk up on the Unmapped series by RPod. But overall the show, not a lot of new stuff, not a lot of surprises. Several RV manufacturers having stuff that they want to hold until open house. They don't want all these other manufacturers seeing it. They want to be able to show it to dealers without all the other manufacturers having their prying eyes on it, and get it out to dealer lots so they don't get copied, you know, by January. So it's kind of the game people play, and it seems like they're playing that game hard this year. There's a lot of that going on, a lot of sort of, we've got something new coming announcements, but we don't know what those things are. Anything innovative in Class Bs? Not much I've seen. In general, innovative is not happening right now. I mean, little things, which is nice. I mean, I don't want to underplay that. There's a lot of movement on materials and floor plans and like just the little comforts and listening to RVers to open up little spaces and stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff we're seeing right now. We're not seeing huge leaps in a lot of stuff at the moment. So hopefully we'll. Someone just said hi, Matt. He was back there. How's it going? You're live. Matt was jumping around in the background. Great. So one interesting thing here, we're passing or coming up on Heartland. So, you know, Heartland was sold to, not sold. Heartland is a Thor brand. It's windy, wind just picked up, so hopefully that's not affecting the sound too much. But Heartland is one of Thor's brands, and they operated as one of Thor's independent companies. That's the way Thor works. They have their big independent companies like Airstream and Keystone and Heartland. And Heartland got moved to under Jayco, is now a Jayco subsidiary, and all of the Heartland units are really essentially being built at Heartland. Hopefully, I'm gonna get away from this music or I'm gonna get a YouTube copyright strike. So this shows kind of Heartland's relaunch in a way. So the stuff that's here from Heartland has been built by Jayco in Jayco factories now, because the Heartland plants have essentially closed. So it'll be interesting to see. There has been some, you know, some of the press releases and things that Heartland has put out about being here at the show kind of tips the hat a little bit to, hey, we know we've had a quality problem over the years, or we know we have a image problem that we need to repair, and that maybe there's, you know, going to be an attempt to do that. Jayco, I don't think I'm speaking out of turn here. I think this is Thor's opinion as well. Why they moved Heartland under Jayco is that Jayco generally does a better job than Heartland has over the past few years. And overall, the industry just needs to do a little consolidating anyway, because there's just too much product, as you can see by the number of RVs around here. So it'll be interesting to sort of see. I don't think I'm going to see much new from Heartland, but it'll be interesting to see, you know, what's the difference, what do they got, and it'll be interesting to see from customers over the next few years how things go with Heartland units. So, all right, I'm going to try to do the thing again. I don't know why I have to keep doing this. Joining up with Thor doesn't improve the image. They're not joining up with Thor. They've always been Thor. Not always, but they've been Thor for decades. It's not joining. It's just, that's what they were. Thor makes more RVs than any other manufacturer in the industry, and Thor is the parent company of Heartland, Keystone, Airstream, KZ, lots of brands that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head right now. Let's see. Message retracted. Hit the like button. Yes, thanks, Todd. Hi, RV Talk, folks. Have you had a chance to see the new reveal at NuCamp, teardrop bigger than the Tab 400? The new reveal at NuCamp is a sign that says, we have something new to reveal. That's it. It's not here. They wouldn't even tell us what it is. So if that's what it is, great. You're the first one. You're the first one to tell me what it is. I did see NuCamp's single twin bed model for the first time. I thought that was really cool for a solo camper. If you want to just have a twin bed, also have a bathroom. I thought that was pretty neat. But all right, a lot of noise happening right now. A lot of golf carts coming through. Let's tuck into this Northern Light truck camper for some quiet for a second. Abby and I are thinking about getting a truck camper. We've been talking about this for a while. We've been thinking about getting a truck camper. If you've never been in a truck camper before, they have way more room in them than you probably would imagine if you've only looked at them from the outside. I mean, here we've got, all the seating is essentially a full dinette. Right here, like a U-shaped dinette. This is a no slide unit, and you've got your queen bed up there and your storage, and then on this side you've got your kitchen, and sometimes, and then of course a bathroom back here. Sometimes that's all you need. And we do love camping in our big fifth wheel, and we'll continue to do so. But for like coming out to events like this, actually wouldn't mind having something like this instead of staying at a hotel room, which I've not been enjoying my hotel room. I'll save the stories from that for the podcast, but to say the least, I've not been enjoying it. The carpet ceiling in this model is one thing I don't like. Yeah, and it is actually carpet. It's not like headliner material. I think part of the issue is it's a small enclosed space. You don't want to bump your head on stuff, and it helps with some of the echoey noise. It's not the sound in here isn't bad, but yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't totally love the carpet ceiling. I don't mind a soft material ceiling, but it's legitimate Berber carpet, and I don't love that. If you rub it, fuzz falls down. When is the podcast? We'll have our next episode will come out on next Monday. Yeah, the show feels it looks crowded, but it's not too bad. Today is Wednesday. It is busier than I thought it would be. I thought it would be a lighter day because of the threat of rain, but it does seem to be pretty busy here today. So people are coming in here, so I'm gonna pop out. Come on in, folks. No, no, I did not buy it. Not doing that either. All right, what else? Does something like that need a dually? So you can tell on them. Some of them do and some of them don't. Most of the bigger truck campers do. These aren't huge though. So this one has a dry weight of, it has a wet weight of 3,674 pounds. You're pushing it with most single rear wheel trucks with that. But there are a decent amount of truck campers that you can get that can be put on a single rear wheel. That one, the right configuration, you might be able to do it. You're not adding a ton of cargo, but you got to think about the cargo that you're going to put in as well, including the cargo that you're putting in the truck, which also counts against you. Super expensive per square foot. Yeah, aren't they all, right? And that's what the thing about Class B camper vans too, is they get up into the $200 and some $1,000, and you're like, holy cow, this is a house. But when they all have the same stuff, and you've just got to make the stuff smaller and fit in smaller areas, it can be harder. Some of the smaller stuff is harder to manufacture because it's a lot of fiddling with stuff to just get it just right to fit in the area. Hope we cross paths tomorrow. I hope we do too, Roving Rosses. How are you liking the Lippert self-deploying slide that I'm seeing a lot of manufacturers implementing? I actually don't know what you're talking about, so I'd love to know more about that. An actual slide? I'm curious because I don't know what that is, and I would love to know. Sorry, I'm my fingers going over the camera as I'm. Okay, I think I got everyone so far. Oh, the side patio. Oh yeah, so the side patio is fantastic. It's great. The greatest thing about the side patio is that you don't have to use it. It's like having additional space. It's like having a slide room, even though it's outside, that you don't have to use. If the campsite's too small, you don't have time, the weather's bad, you don't care about putting it out, you don't have to use it. And you still get a big window, which is nice, if it's closed. So we're loving the side patio. That has worked out really well for us. And I'm happy with it. I know it's not for everybody. Anything new in EV trailers? Not that I've seen here, not that I've heard of being here. Jayco has it, and I don't think it's here, although I haven't talked to the folks at Jayco yet and looked into this, but Jayco's is launching their EV motorhome. And my friend Tony Barthel from Stressless Camping did a review of that over on rvtravel.com that you might want to check out. The interesting thing that his come away with it was it's an electric chassis. This is their Thor's partnership with Harbinger Motors. So it's a chassis that's going to be used on delivery vans and all sorts of stuff. And that Jayco kind of just made another motorhome out of it. So it's, whatever it is, 500 grand, and you're getting a kind of more basic motorhome instead of utilizing some of the benefits of having an electric chassis to, it's still got propane on board, and maybe some people would prefer that it still has propane on board. It does have a gas motor though, that can act as a range extender, or a generator. So I think that's interesting, but I don't know anything about it other than what the plans were for it. I haven't seen it or anything like that. So, but in terms of EV trailer type stuff, the mainstream RV industry hasn't really touched that since Thor debuted their EV Airstream that they never built, I think in 2022 at the Tampa RV Show. There just hasn't been much in the mainstream RV industry. Now we've covered some boutique manufacturers that have done some of that sort of stuff, but it's not something that they are confident will sell right now, I think, is part of the issue. I love these types of little things. I'm not familiar with this brand, but I could see myself doing one of these little guys one day. Rear kitchen, just a bed to sleep in. My one big issue is bathroom, and paying $20,000 or whatever it is for a trailer that size does seem a little ridiculous, but I could see myself doing something small one day. Or Abby and I have talked about whether we one day, when the kids are gone, whether we go full time again, what we'll do, we'll go, we probably won't go full time, but most time again, and we might end up in like a Class B, a truck camper, like I mentioned before, something smaller. We definitely liked being nimble a lot when we had a smaller trailer. The problem is 3 teenagers. It just makes it really difficult to do. So it's a beautiful day here, though. There does seem to be more and more people streaming, more and more people. There's a lot of trailers here. There's a decent amount of motorhomes. There's some of the cool boutique stuff. There's like the Storyteller Overlands, which I always love. I could probably sneak over to those right now. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that together. Actually, I can show you the NuCamp display. And maybe we'll pop into that one that I like. That's the twin bed model, because they're just right over here. We've got Road Trek over here. Road Trek's, relaunched and rebranded since their sort of financial disaster of several years ago. Yeah, here's Storyteller Overland. These things, let me turn this camera around. without muting the mic. Turn the camera around. There we go. Look at this thing. This is the hilt. This is a monster. And there's a line to get in it. I actually love the floor plan inside. It's just a big rear U-shaped dinette. And then the cab over has the bed in it. And the dinette, of course, can change into a bed. But look how much look how much front end is truck. I mean, that is a 5500 Ram beast it's coated in like a truck bed paint, like a super durable, with this, you know, monster front end with the winch and the big old tires and all that sort of stuff. I love what this company does. Boy, these things are really expensive though, and not something that I'm going to be affording anytime soon. But they have smaller vans as well. They're cool things like, but you know, here's a van. There's one of their vans. Here's a couple other ones, and they don't have the price on the big guy, but the vans are priced in the 260s, 250s, 260s. A lot of money. A lot of money. I did see. I'm gonna find it. And I'm gonna put it in a video. I did see a Class B camper van that had an interesting little. The rear place was the rear bed was a Murphy that came down from the side. And I thought that was really interesting. I hadn't seen that before. Here's Grech. I like Grech a lot. They make really cool motorhomes, but you can tell they're expensive because they have red velvet ropes and carpet around their whole display. And we're coming up here on NuCamp. So in NuCamp we have NuCamp, if you're not aware, makes tab, sort of large teardrop. I guess you'd describe tabs as, and they make small teardrops as well. But you can see here it says something big is coming soon across these banners. It's just not here. There's a big QR code to scan that I haven't scanned to see what it is yet. But they say they're not going to launch it until the RV industry open house now. So I'm going to try to squeeze in this. Looks like there's nobody. Oh, there's somebody popping in that one now. But this is the twin bed one that I wanted to show you. It's an outdoor kitchen, of course, but it's a really nice outdoor kitchen setup, which I think is pretty cool. You know, these are all fairly similar, but NuCamp does a really good job of them. But this unit is going to be $40,000, and when these folks come out, we'll sneak in there. But let's take a peek in a NuCamp truck camper real quick. So this one says it's a prototype, so this is one I haven't seen before. This is the Cirrus 920. So the Cirrus truck campers are really neat. So there's your galley kitchen, and there's your side dinette, and there's your bed unit, and decent sized fridge. And one of the nice things about these guys is you get a full dry bath in a truck camper. So the shower is separate from the toilet, which is pretty rare for something this small, without slides. Like some of these, again, some truck campers have slides in them to make them significantly bigger, but this one doesn't. And it is long, but you get that full bathroom in it, which I think is really nice. Yeah, okay, looks like there's nobody over there. So this is the Tab 360CS Black Canyon at $39,900. And so you come in, you've got your fridge right here. You've got, so even though you've got the exterior kitchen with the cooler fridge, you still have a regular fridge up here as well, and sort of a little counter space. So you could actually still do small quick meals. If it's pouring outside, you want to do kind of cold meals, you want to do cold lunches or whatever, make a sandwich, you could still do that inside, and that's really nice. But look at this, it's just a twin bed. And obviously, as every dinette does, this folds down into a second bed. I wouldn't really want to do that as a couple, but how often do you see a trailer that's made really for a solo traveler? I think this is really smart. And they do these cool, really nice skylights that open up. So I can stand. I'm going to turn my camera back around here. So I can, even though these guys sweep down towards the back, I can stand right here with this window open. Obviously, you have to have the window open to do it. There is a screen though. A lot of people think some of these pop-out windows don't have screens. Most of them actually do. So there's a big sort of retractable screen. Now I can't stand with the screen in. My head's gonna go into it. But also inside is the microwave. So you've still got that outdoor kitchen, but you've got the microwave in here too. So I guess you can also heat stuff in here. So this is a really good solution for something small, for a solo traveler that you want to tow with, a mid-size SUV, something like that, or a half-ton truck. I think this is a really, really excellent option. NuCamp makes fantastic products. Only 3 available at this low show price, it says. So, all right, let's go over to where was the other place we were? Oh, what is the weight of that one? I'll get you it. Give me just a second. See if it says on this side here. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to the sticker up front. I can't. But I'll try to ask somebody from NuCamp. Quick question. What's the weight on that guy?
The clamshell one?
This one here, yeah. The twin bed. Was it?
3,100 dry.
3,100 dry. Okay, cool. Thank you. 3,100 dry. So half-ton truck territory. It's not going to have a whole lot of space for cargo because, there's not a lot of room to put cargo in it. Where was the other place? Somebody remind me where the other place we were going to go. I said NuCamp, and I don't remember what the other one was. 20,000 maybe, 40,000 no way. I hear you. Again, they make good stuff. Look, some other brand's going to make something like that. They'll copy it. They'll make something similar to it, and they're going to sell it for 20 grand. It's not going to be the quality that NuCamp has, and it's something the entire industry wrestles with. And I'm not saying it's not overpriced. It very well may be. But there's a lot of hidden money in a NuCamp, and that's something that I try to, do a decent job of letting people understand, is that we're not just as at fault, but we're partially at fault for some of the quality problems in the RV industry, because we'll go look at 5 floor plans or 5 units of the same floor plan, and we'll buy the cheapest one because it's the cheapest one. How's it going, guys?
Thank you.
Good to see you. So, it is what it is. It's nobody's. It's the RV industry's fault, but it's something to be aware of, and the industry needs to do a better job, especially companies like NuCamp who are independent. They need to do a better job of saying, hey, we do this because the other guys don't do this, and it sucks that they don't, and you should pay attention to our, whatever, our composite flooring, or the way we do our roof line, or whatever it might be. But a lot of them are a little scared because they don't want to sound like there is a quality problem. They want to just pretend it doesn't exist sometimes. Or even if they're one of the Thor companies, or one of the, hey Rick, or they're one of the Forest River companies, one of the Winnebago companies, maybe one of those companies does a little bit better than all the other Thor brands at certain XYZ thing. they can't necessarily say, oh, but all of our other, sister brands do sucks. And that little thing right there causes a lot of the quality problems in the industry. So it's great that we have little independent companies like NuCamp. Uh-oh, we got somebody else playing music. I have to run from anybody playing music because YouTube will give us a copyright strike. We did a live stream of our draft, fantasy football league draft for mile marker members a few weeks ago, just for 10 people at a time doing our little draft. And in the background on the TV behind us, we just had a YouTube video of NFL highlights from the past however many years. It was like the best plays of all time sorts of thing. So it wasn't full screen, it was just on a TV behind us. And YouTube's content filters picked that up and gave us a copyright ding for that live video that was going out to 10 to 20 people at a time. So that's something I gotta try to avoid. So, all right, let me pull up the comments again. Why is this going? Grand Design's new Class B. Yeah, I haven't been to that yet. Yes, NuCamp does cool stuff. Did I see the new Keystone travel trailer with the windows in the ceiling of the side box? No. The walkabout. I'm gonna get to that at some point, but I haven't been to it yet. But I do want to show you something at Keystone, and it's right over here. So that might be an interesting way to finish this video up. Keystone, especially Cougar, has been, if you've been paying attention to them at all for the last few years, you'll notice that they have really been playing with exterior graphics. Actually, a lot of brands are going to start doing that. Actually, our Sabre unit, our 37 RV miles, is going to have an option for a dark version. So a dark colored exterior package that looks really cool. I got to see a sneak peek of it when I was up at the factory the other day. But Keystone and Keystone's Cougar line. The thing too, that's another thing you got to understand. Some of these companies are so big. Keystone is so huge as a sub-brand of Thor. Keystone has so many different factories, so many different lines, so many different sub-brands, ran by different people, ordering different parts. It's different stuff. There's no way you can compare like a Keystone Montana to Keystone's Coleman brand that they do for Camping World. They're just wildly different things. And unfortunately, there's not the greatest way of getting an idea of what's better and what's worse. But I do think it's worth it to really look at things by the brand line, by whether it's a Keystone Cougar or Keystone Montana. We're passing Rockwood here. Rockwood has started to use this year spray foam in their front caps of their fifth wheels. I don't need a bag. I got plenty of bags. Thank you. Camping World in their new branding colors. They're red, white, and blue. Okay, here we are. Okay, we're gonna just deal with the music. There's music. Hopefully YouTube's not gonna yell at me for it. But we've seen this before. So this is these are actually they have a list of the different paint options. So this is the Hero Edition that's available on all floor plans of the Cougar, which is sort of this green matte paint. It's not glossy. It's sort of a matte finish, but it looks like an Army uniform in a lot of ways. They've got their Sport Platinum package, their Midnight Edition. We've seen those. What we haven't seen is that. So this is the 1776 Stars and Stripes edition. I'm imagining that this is for the 250th anniversary of America, which is next year. But That's a statement. I mean, what I love is it's not just a red, white, and blue flag. It's the colors are really kind of like these heritage tailored. The blue and the red. It's not just primary color blue and red to just sort of match the flag. It's got this sort of old school look to it, but it's big and bold for sure. I can't get the full shot in this front direction. Let me try to go this way. Sorry. Walking backwards, but it's big and bold. That's for sure. But those types of things are, that's a wrap. We see vehicle wraps all the time out in the world, and they can be expensive. You can do them yourself. You can put whatever the heck you want on your rig. It's going to cost you $6,000 to $8,000 to do. 6 to 8. I didn't mean to say 68. And they're pretty cool. But you could pay the manufacturer to do that. And believe me, all they're doing is sending it out to the wrap company that's doing it. So it's not like they're doing it at the factory itself. You could just as easily pay to do one on your own. And I mean, the issue is the design element of it, but you could have a completely unique trailer on your own now for a lot cheaper than it used to be, or that it still is, to do a full paint package. A full paint package on a big fifth wheel is usually at least $10,000 if you're getting it done from the factory, and often more if you're having it done custom. So, all right, I'm gonna check one. I hate that I have to keep pressing the button for the comments. I'm sorry I have to do that. It's really annoying me. But hopefully, you won't miss that in the campground, that's for sure. The Cougar in the green is very sharp looking. Yes, I agree. Am I counting my steps? No, I don't even have my Apple Watch on. I forgot it. Oh, Abby just posted on here that I have to keep talking because she just shared on socials that I'm live. I didn't tell her that I was doing this. And if I had told her, she would have been posting that I'm live and all that. But I just kind of did it on my own. And I get in trouble when I do things on my own because I don't actually do the full thing that I'm supposed to do. Like share it around on social media that I'm going live, or announce in advance that I'm going live in any sort of way. But while we're here, I want to pop by some of these couple suppliers here, or a couple vendors here. Okay, just a quick glance at the comments. Just need to make sure we knew what we were talking about. Hey, Verizon's right here. One of the funniest things you can do is come to an RV show and listen to, just hang out by the cell company's booths. T-Mobile often has one. Verizon will often have one. AT&T. And they will give you the worst sale pitches, and tell you so much that their mobile internet hotspot can do. And as most of us seasoned RVers know, whatever 30 gigs they're offering for $100 a month isn't going to do much for us. And there have been a lot of issues with, like, oh, you can take the home internet on the road with you. Like, for a while, the T-Mobile internet folks were telling people at shows, yeah, you can buy the home internet, the T-Mobile home internet. It's affordable. It's unlimited. You can take it wherever with you. And now they're cracking down on people taking that on the road and not just using it at a home address as it was designed, because that's what's in the terms of service. And they use the word unlimited a lot, as if that means anything. When you limit the speed, so your data is unlimited. Okay, whatever. But if you're limiting your speed down to 500 kilobits per second after you use 30 gigabytes, they technically can say it's unlimited, but that's not unlimited data. Just because you can keep using it if you can't, watch TV with it or something, it's not unlimited data. One of the hits of the show right now, I'm not sure how new these are or how long they've been out, but one of the things that everybody's talking about, and I'm seeing lots of people leaving with, are these little guys here. I'm going to turn the camera around again. Are these chairs from Dometic. So these are camp chairs that are cushioned, and they've got some give to them, and they're really nice and comfortable. And they've got them both in this version that's like the single seat, and then they've got the sort of extension recliner over here that this gentleman's sitting in, and people are seeming to like those a lot. So I'm gonna go inside though because it's hot. Whew.
I think we have about.
Okay. I'm going inside, A, because it's hot, and B, because I cannot see this camera in the sunlight anymore. Okay. Those Dometic chairs. Roving Rosses. I'm having a hard time. How are the Lance trailers with the new ownership? The Lance trailers, they're nice. They look nice. I don't think they've, the new ownership change has been really recent, so I don't know that they've made big changes yet. I did note last year that I thought that the 2025 Lance trailers really were looking like they needed an interior update. They're nice. They were feeling a little bit like an Amtrak car. They were using their Lance blue inside on like some couch cushions and stuff, which I like using some color. Like, we don't need to keep everything neutral, and I applaud the use of a bit of color. But that was the best way I could put it. It looks like an Amtrak train. They've changed the coloring inside this year, and I think they look nicer. And I love Lances. I mean, it's just like NuCamp. They do a really good job, and I'm glad to see them independent again. Also expensive, also make truck campers, all this stuff. I don't love that they use carpet. Just like we were talking about the carpeted ceiling, Lance still likes to put carpet in the interiors, so they'll usually carpet the bedrooms, or they'll carpet in the living room below the recliners, stuff like that. Some people like it. I don't tend to like it anymore. To me, it's just like you have to have a vacuum with you then. Whereas if you've got hard floors, you can mop with a wash rag if you need to. All you need is a broom, and it's just an additional element that I don't think is worth having. So we're inside right now. So this is the actual Giant Center, which is an arena. So around the concourse here, there are vendors at all sorts of different stops. Here's our friends from Lit Rivet Supply here. They make really cool stuff. Anyway, there's all these great booths around, great booths and terrible ones. You got your gutter guards and your Cutco knives and the stuff that you see at all shows like this. The Leaf Massager, Digital Therapy EMS. All you need to clean, all sorts of cleaning supplies. Not necessarily RV related. We talked about this on the podcast last week, but a lot of times some of the booths that end up at shows like this, how's it going, are contracted as like that they're going to be at any sort of trade show that is at this venue. So sometimes that happens. So go around this whole concourse on the outside here and got all the people that are trying to sell you the things. But then I'm going to try to figure out a way to get there because I haven't actually been over here yet. So then you can go inside to the arena floor itself, and then the arena floor is also filled up with a whole bunch of vendors. So Get all these people away here, and I'll spin around. And you can see so if you get down to the arena floor, you've got a whole bunch of vendors down there. There's our friends from Blue Ox right there. And our friends at Harvest Host have a booth down here. And our friends from RVmattress.com have a booth right there. I don't know if my finger's lining up with it, but what's nice about that is that if you've been curious about getting a mattress from them, they've got the different ones here that you can lay down on and try out, which is, you know, obviously it's hard for an online mattress company to be able to have you try their product in any sort of showroom or anything. I do wish like RV dealers would sell, and some of them do. They sell sort of some of the vacuum sealed mattresses out there. But like, I feel like dealerships should, like that should just be sort of a staple of dealerships is we're going to sell you a mattress because all the mattresses are crap. And I've come to the conclusion that I don't want RV manufacturers to put a good mattress in because it will never be good enough. And even if it is a good mattress, it might not be one that you like. You might like firmer, you might like harder, all that sort of stuff. I cannot get down there from here. I'm just realizing that's just not possible. I only have to walk all the way around over here. Okay, I'm doing it. So that's one of the challenges is that, but let's just make that just like buying a hitch, you know, let's just make it part and parcel of visiting an RV dealership. When you buy your rig, you buy a mattress there, or you buy your own, whatever it might be. But like, it's not a big deal. But I just wish that there was more ways to sort of try them on for size for people, because I know that's everyone's biggest challenge. They want to know what it's going to feel like, right? Loving Harvest Hosts. Beef jerky. Yes, there's lots of beef jerky. Oh, was the signal bad for a bit there? It looks like it was. Sorry about that. I guess you all say it's better. Okay. Can they be ordered without the carpet on Lance campers? I would bet they can, but ordering is hard. But I would bet they can. Is Slinky Stove here? I don't believe Slinky Stove is here. I haven't seen them, and they haven't told us they were going to be here. Our friends at RV Life are down there, I'm seeing. And there's the Cutco knives, honey, you know, all that kind of stuff. Some different Max Airs down there. It's all kinds of mixtures of good and bad and wild. If Slinky Stove is here, I will say hello to Eddie, but I don't think he is. So make sure. I'm taking a look back in the comments. Okay. Can you flip the camera around and show the show, please? Oh, that's Abby. I've done some of that. Here's more. Whee! So it's, you know, you have to take see, I'm going back. I walked around the entire concourse up there, and the only way to walk down to the floor is through this one aisle over here that was near the entrance that I came in at. So I'm working my way all the way back over there, but there is an elevator over there. So if you are not somebody who intends on using something like that long set of staircases without many railings, which I'm going to attempt to do with a camera in my hand, and we all know how much of a klutz I am. All right, let's try to get over here.
Well, just that means that they're here at the show. Right?
Okay. All right, here we go. I'm not on the main stairway yet, but I'm going to go down this one. Let me know if you can hear me and if the video quality is still okay. So, sorry about that signal loss there a little bit ago. We'll get down here. Oh, there's an opening here. I can go in right here. Video's great. Good. Okay. Okay, so Now that I'm down here, I'm going to turn you back around though, so we can run by some of these booths, so you can see some of these booths. See if this is the type of thing you want to come to in the future, or in the very, very near future. So we've got Blue Tech water filters, fantastic water filters right here. Ooh, got a camera one. That's cool. And got some RV extension cords from Valterra. They make good products. Torque Lifts got their stairs here, which are, look, I love the boot brush over there. And here's the good people from RV Life. And then there's going to be lots of like Blue Water RV resorts are here. There's going to be a decent amount of that kind of stuff. There's Jellystone is here. What's this? Green Tech Environmental Air Purifiers. Hi. RV alarms and monitoring kits. Camco, Camco has a lot of their cool new products for this year. Camco came out with some really cool new stuff this year that I've talked about in the past, but like this I love. It's a sewer hose adapter. They call it their torque grip, but it's like a handle for those of you that complain that it's really hard to turn your sewer hose and get it off. You've got arthritis or whatever. I mean, I have a hard time doing it. It's an extra handle. You get extra torque from this handle by being able to pull it sideways. Plus, it's got a flashlight in it, and it's clear. So at night, when you're dumping, this lights up, and you can actually see, when the brown water turns clear as it's coming out, which I'm a fan of. Not a fan of watching the brown water, but you know what I mean. These guys are really cool. I've been a fan of these for a while, but then you can attach these onto these now, which is cool. But Camco's got all kinds of great new stuff this year. And let's see, we've got our friends over at Blue Ox over here. Let's make our way over there. So Blue Ox weight distribution hitches, their tow bars. They make really great ball mount hitches. Their adjustable ball mounts are fantastic. Hitch immobilizer. This is a really cool product that we have. And if your hitch bounces up and down in the receiver, you tighten this up on it, and it keeps it from moving up and down in your receiver, so you don't wear on your hitch pin or on the holes in your hitch. This is the Blue Ox fifth wheel hitch. This is the fifth wheel hitch that we use. So you can see it's one of the sort of pyramid style hitches, but it doesn't use an adapter like the Anderson hitch does, like that red coupler adapter thing. The kingpin actually just drops right in here. So you pull up underneath your rig. You have to raise the kingpin above this, and then you drop it down in it. You latch it on, and there's rubber bushings both in the bottom of this cup and down here at the bottom of the funnel. So as this moves around, it's got these big rubber bushings in it, and we have loved the ride of this thing. It's a really smart design for a hitch that doesn't have a lot of parts. It's very simple to install and take out pretty quickly, and it's been really great for us. So if you're in the market for a fifth wheel hitch, it's a good option. Well, we love these guys too. Kuma. These are really, really great camp chairs. These, you got the sort of the big sort of puffy chairs, but they've got the bench style ones for two people, and they also have heated ones as well. And then they have lower ones like this, which is, they actually call this one, I would sit in this. It doesn't have much of a back on it, but this is a dog bed. This is like an elevated dog bed. So for those of you with the real big dogs that you really like to pamper, that's for them. They also make sort of the pop-up style canopies, and I really like the colors that Kuma uses on their products, Kuma. Speaking of Anderson, here's oh no, that's the Anderson flapjack, but this is someone else selling it. Free therapy sessions. If you want a free therapy session, they've got them here. I'm gonna need one after going through all the RVs here. Insurance companies are always here. Allstate, Magna Shade. Those are really cool. If you want to get custom shades done for your big motorhome, they're hard to beat. And there's our friends at Harvest Host. Harvest Host actually has 2 booths here. They're down in here, and they have one out at the Keystone display. And a lot of these brands that have stuff like that, like Harvest Host, a lot of them are like giving away, you can get like drink holders and stuff like that from a lot of these folks. So anyway, that's about as far as I'm going to go with this, because I've got to go through and turn you around here again, because I've got to go through and do this all again, but more in depth for a couple of videos that I want to get done while we're here to share with you. So I will be more eloquent and more organized in a video I'm going to do of the new RVs I've seen here, and a video that I'm going to do on some of the interesting things that I've seen from the manufacturers. Those 2 videos will come out between this week and next week. So be on the lookout for those. So unless there are any other questions, I'm going to look again one more time. If there's just any other questions. Magna Shade also has wheel covers. Yes, those wheel covers are really nice. And if you ever see, so every time we've gone to Oasis RV Resort in Las Vegas, there's always like people that are wintering there that are getting stuff like shades done for their big motorhomes. They're getting like the custom shades sewn and the easy snap ones put in and all that sort of stuff. Getting the RV washes and detailing and all that sort of stuff done. I've often thought about getting Magna shades actually done for the fifth wheel, actually, for a couple of the windows on there. Definitely do a video on the Keystone walkabout. I want to hear your thoughts on the quality of the slide out skylights. Yeah, I mean, I'll let you know what I think. I don't know if there's anybody that can tell you anything until people get them out in the wild. Obviously, if they're like leaking already or something, I'll let you know. I'm curious about it.
I know, and that was.
I don't quite get the point. I don't quite know why I want that. I think we all like sunlight. We all like a view of the exterior. A view of the sky in an RV can be nice, but there's just no way around that it's going to let in heat from the sun, and it's going to let in cool air, or it's going to be colder in the winter. Not that slide boxes are well insulated in the first place. Usually it's just a piece of plywood, but there's just really no way around that. It can't be better than having a solid surface up there, in my opinion, in advance. It just sort of feels like one of those things that may be a bit of a gimmick, but I like a lot of the other things that they have on that unit, like it's aluminum sidewalls. So I'm interested to see it up close. So I definitely will take a look close at it and give you some feedback. I don't know that they'll leak. I do think it would be annoying to keep them clean. Having sap fall on them, that sort of stuff, that will be invariably annoying to a lot of people. I can't imagine that it wouldn't. Okay, that seems like it's everybody's comment. Sorry if I missed your comment, but Again, if you see this video after the fact or anything like that, leave me a comment and let me know if there's something you want me to check out, and I will try to make sure to do it. And if I don't cover it in one of those videos, I'll try to talk about it on the podcast as well. So thanks so much, everybody. And I'm gonna go get a bunch of footage and stuff and say hello to my friend Sandy over here. And then we're gonna go to a little event tonight, and I got a lot of work to do tomorrow to get the Thursday video out from here. And then I'm heading home Thursday night. So I will be back most importantly, be back with the family, but I'll be back in the studio this weekend to sort of wrap up some of this stuff. So talk to y'all soon. Thanks so much for being here. We'll see you next time. And I'm going to figure out, because I've never done this before, never done a walk around YouTube live, how I end it. I'm guessing I'm going to press the live button. See, this is going to be fun for all of you because I have no idea what I'm doing here. Do the X there. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes, I do. Bye, everybody.